Clearing up some rumors on the internet. Coach has multiple personalities. I like to call them degrees of personality. Think about that for a second. Welcome to the Zero Limits Club. What do I have to do to be in the club, Coach? Rule number 1 of the Zero Limits Club: leave the people on the screen alone. That's for the coach. Leave the people on the screen alone and you can be in the club. Or don't leave the people on the screen alone and don't be in the club. See them as projections from your subconscious mind up on the screen of life. Have you seen the screen of life? Everywhere you go, you look, the screen is so well built that everywhere you go, the screen is there and you can project up onto it. Have you ever been in a bathroom, in a men's room? You know what's projected on the screen in there? Urinals. You know what's in those urinals? Urinal cakes. Have you seen this? Urinal cakes. They're disinfectant bars that go in the urinal. They call them cakes only in a game where you're projecting it on a screen. Could that be possible? I believe we're in a comedy. I think that's what's going on here. You ever been in a situation where all the people are laughing in a group except for one person who doesn't think it's funny? They even say it. That's not fun, because it's about them. That's not funny, but it makes it funnier. I think we're in a game that's a comedy that can be seen from either angle. That's not funny, or that's so hilarious, and the more you don't think it's hilarious, the more hilarious it actually is. I think we're in a comedy movie that's playing on a screen. How's that for a personality? I think that the subconscious, I'm getting this out of the book, Zero Limits. You can read it. Joe Vitale, studying a doctor, a therapist who healed people through the technique of erasing the subconscious. An ancient Hawaiian technique. You know how those Hawaiians, I always knew they knew something. I knew those Hawaiians knew something. You're not over there in paradise and not knowing something. It's because you're over there and you know something. And this new technique, it's called Ho'oponopono. It is built upon this ancient Hawaiian technology. More like an updated version. And what this doctor did was he understood how it went. He understood the rules of the game. He understood how it goes. He understood that the subconscious holds all the files, the reels, all the endings, all the outcomes. All the digits are in the subconscious. And that subconscious plays out onto the screen of life. Everywhere you go, the screen is there. And it projects from your subconscious, and then you look at it. And then you interact with it. And so we're always busy trying to fix problems out here on the screen. Let me go up to the screen and fix it. What this is telling me is that I have to leave people out of it because they're projections on a screen. You want to play with the Coach, would you like to play with the project? Why don't you call a projection right now? Get in there and text yourself a projection. And pretend. Go ahead if you want, Coach. If you want to pretend that there's no screen and that people are actually not there, they're actually just on a screen coming from your subconscious, and that every problem that you have, you picked up as a virus, as a hand-me-down. You were around it. It went on your subconscious hard drive. It's been playing ever since, and every problem that you've ever had, Coach, has come from your subconscious. And now, what are we up to there, big boy? What are we up to? We're up to some Hawaiian technology. That's what we're up to. I'm figuring, because of the club, that if I can erase those files, this book, Zero Limits, says you erase it in everybody. That makes sense to me since there isn't anybody. If you'll erase the subconscious, and then they give you the steps to erase the subconscious, which is turn to the divine or divinity, all that is, the maker of the game, the higher power, because you're going to be petitioning it for its power, not for your forgiveness. We're not asking the maker, will you forgive me? We're saying, will you use your power to erase my subconscious so I can get on with it? And the technique the Hawaiians came up with was the phrases, I love you, elongated. Thank you. Please forgive me. It's my goal. I am sorry. My goal is to consistently say those 4 phrases and only those 4 phrases until further notice. It's going to take some effort, you see. I'm on my way. I see I'm on my way. To consistently think this. I'd like to come up with a reason right now. Why would I think something else? Because I think I'm smart. I don't know how it goes. That if I just would erase and spend my time erasing, I wouldn't have to think. I found out this. The conscious mind has thoughts. You know how you have thoughts. Well, let me think about that. Okay, smarty, go ahead. Think about it. What do you got? Well, let me think about that. No, don't do that. Because thoughts are data. And data always comes from the subconscious. What I found out is there's nothing wrong with the movie theater here. The screen, everywhere you go, it's more than 360. It's 3D. The projector system, beautiful. It looks as real as can be. It's only the data that's playing in the subconscious that projects out onto the screen as problems in everyday life. Other people. So the technology says, here's what you have to do, coach. You got to take responsibility for all of it. It's the first step. You don't even bother doing anything else until you do that. To get in the game, take responsibility. You're the projector. You're writing books about it. It's the same stuff. You're going to have to take responsibility of all of it in order for you to be willing to say the phrases in the moment. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Engaged with the divine. All that is. You know, the higher power, pure positive energy, you're appealing to it, petitioning it to come and erase the subconscious to get us to what they're calling the zero state, enlightenment, mastery, where there is no thoughts there. You are limitless. You ever see the movie Limitless? This is how they're saying to do it. You know, you've been in that situation where someone doesn't think it's funny, but you think it's hilarious. I'm going to be the one laughing. I'm going to see FP. See the comedy in it. You got to see the comedy, coach. See the comedy. For God's sakes, look at your face. I can look right in that phone right there. That's a comedy. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. That's hilarious. Look at the screen. Look at this. How you been doing? How you been doing anyways? Right there you go. Nothing happening on there if you want to watch my screen for now. But as I go through life, my screen's going to change. As soon as I turn around, my 360-degree changes, and I have a different view, and somebody comes into it. But it's no different. It's no different. That's what I have for now. We're talking about an updated technology, ancient Hawaiian technology, where you take full responsibility, you petition the divine, and you keep saying the words. If someone's sitting across from you, I love you, in your mind, thank you, please forgive me, I am sorry. This way, all illness is my illness. If someone shows and they're ill, that's because it's come out onto my screen and it's saying, I volunteer for you, Abalda Akoa. I volunteer for you to be erased. All problems are volunteering themselves to be erased. Remembering in the moment to do it. That's where the club comes in. To be eligible to be in the club, listen to the material, write it down, send out your video to the other club members, and you'll be in a club. See you on the next one.